Tonight, we begin the 10 o'clock news with a tragic update to a story we've been covering all day. The San Diego Police Department, with a heavy heart, just released the identities of 2 detectives killed in a wrong-way crash down in the South Bay. Thanks for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
And I'm Jesse Pagan. San Diego Police Chief David Nislight says detectives Ryan Park and Jamie Huntley-Park were killed this morning when they were hit head-on while driving on Interstate 5 in San Ysidro. They met in the police academy and later got married.
News 8's Abby Alford is live outside San Diego Police Headquarters tonight with the emotional words from Chief Nislight about the beloved detectives. Such a difficult night, Abby.
Marcella and Jesse, just a somber night here in the city of San Diego and for the San Diego Police Department. They grieved the loss of the 2 police detectives who were killed in a wrong-way crash this morning. Just in the last hour, the police chief and the mayor held a joint news conference. At one point, the chief teared up talking about visiting with their families and the crash site.
It was tough. I knew both of these kids well. Both of them run on our Baker to Vegas team, which I've been a part of in the past. So I knew both of these folks very well. Ryan more so than Jamie. And so it hurts, you know, we're a family. So it's like seeing your kids sitting there and there's nothing you can do.
This is video from Valley Sports, who did a story in 2019 with Jamie Huntley on her life of hockey and coaching. The chief says that Huntley met Ryan Park in the police academy in 2012. They married 4 years later and were promoted to detective together in 2018. Huntley was assigned to the Southern Division and Park was a homicide detective, and they say everyone just loved them. The crash happened just before 10 this morning when the 2 were headed south on Interstate 5 near Dairy Mart Road and hit head-on by an unidentified wrong-way driver heading north in a Honda. That woman also died. The chief says the 2 were off duty but believed to be working on a case, which they often did in their off time. Ryan was driving the city's unmarked blue Ford. The mayor says this is a tremendous loss.
I want to first off express the condolences of our city to the Huntley and Park families. 2 families, as you heard from the chief, that are hurting tonight. And they need to hear on behalf of the entire city, all 1.5 million people of the city, our tremendous gratitude for the lives of Jamie and Ryan and their service to our city.
When the bodies were removed from the scene, there was a somber escort by San Diego police officers. We also spoke to the San Diego Police Union president, who says counseling and the chaplain are available for officers.
What we really need is you know, good thoughts and prayers for the families, for the, you know, for the officers that were affected by them and all their people that were close to them, because it's going to be a hard time of healing for a lot of people.
Huntley coached the girls hockey team Angels. The director says that she and Park had a tremendous impact on the girls' lives, and they will be canceling activities this weekend as they mourn the loss of these 2 beautiful people. They said that they hope to have a scholarship in Jamie's name.
The pain so fresh, but their legacy will live on. Thank you, Abby. This terrific crash happened just a few miles north of the border on the I-5 near Dairy Mart Road in San Ysidro.
The crash this morning left the freeway blocked and backlogged for hours as investigators worked and mourned.
A somber mood among San Diego law enforcement tonight as they mourn the loss of 2 of their own.
When we lose an officer, and unfortunately today we lost 2, it's a big blow to the entire law enforcement community, you know, and needlessly.
Just before 10:30 this morning, 2 San Diego Police Department detectives died after a wrong-way driver hit them head-on I-5. The officers in the blue Ford car were heading south.
Heroic efforts from San Diego Fire were unable to rescue any of the occupants in either of the vehicle.
Investigators say the officers were trapped inside the car. The other car, a Honda Civic, then caught on fire. That driver also died. A procession made up of officers from different agencies escorted the bodies to the medical examiner while honoring them. Meanwhile, everyone on scene took a moment and bowed their heads.
It's just a time of reflection. You know, a lot of these officers that are on scene knew these officers. You know, they dedicated their careers to service, and you know, we all reflect on that, and it's just a tragic loss.
I-5 southbound was closed for hours as investigators gathered clues and evidence. The freeway is now open, but investigators are still looking into what happened to the other driver.